be doing my best to recap the chapters for y'all, but chapter 22, I missed so much. But after watching the sermon from Vody, I have to share it. Abraham knew that the people around him did human sacrifices for the lowercase g gods that they believed were responsible for fertility. But Abraham didn't know that what God was asking him for, God did not want. Would not even allow it, because Abraham didn't have Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21, that says, "And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech." That was them, they was burning children at that time. Something else Vody pointed out during this sermon is that Abraham is called the father of the faithful. And you know how when God let him know that he was going to get rid of Sodom, and Abraham was pleading, 50, all the way down to 10 righteous people. When God said for him to sacrifice Isaac, he did not even plead. He just obeyed. And that's just crazy. And God had so many opportunities to change his mind during the 3-day journey that they're walking to Mount Moriah for this sacrifice, but that didn't even happen. And it's like Abraham is so faithful. He's so ready to do what God has told him to do. So Isaac is not even a baby when this is happening. I didn't even think about that. Isaac could have overpowered Abraham because Abraham was 100+ years old at this time, but Isaac is displaying obedience too, and I didn't even think about that. Another thing I didn't think about is that Abraham believed that God would raise Isaac from the dead. In verse 5, he says, "Wait here, because me and the lad will go yonder to worship, and we will come again unto you." He knew that him and Isaac were coming back down that mountain together. And he knew that God had made his promise in his seed through Isaac. Okay, so he knew something was going to happen. He believed that God would raise him from the dead, because if you look in Hebrews chapter 11, verses 17 through 19, Abraham, they're talking about Abraham, and they're saying, accounting that God was able to raise him up even from the dead. Okay, so Abraham had faith. This is before Lazarus in the New Testament. This is before everything. He knew that God was a God of his word.